Henry, is something wrong? I just saw Master Zacharias.
What are you doing?
Brother Crispin, I need your help. It's urgent.
What now? As if the cursed disease weren't trouble enough?
We have to act quickly. Zacharias has been scheming against us all along, and now he's gone and poisoned Master Albic.
By all the saints! Why? How?
I know, it's terrible, but I need you to focus. There's still hope we can save Albic, but for that, I need to find the grave of Sir Boleslav Bavor. Does that name sound familiar to you?
Bavor? Why would... It's not because of that relic, is it?
Yes, exactly that. Zacharias wants to get it in exchange for Albic's life.
Holy Virgin, have mercy on us.
Please help me find it. The lives of all those poor souls in the infirmary are at stake as well.
I don't know. I searched for it myself once, but in vain. I even believe that Bavor made it up.
If you searched for it, you must have started somewhere. There has to be some clue. Maybe you overlooked something.
The only mention I know of is in Boleslav Bavor's travel records. We have a copy of them in our collection, but how did Zacharias find out about it?
I'm not sure. But he's been around Sigismund's court. One hears all sorts there.
That's all little more than guesswork. I was hoping for real evidence.
But Bavor's travel records aren't guesswork, are they? If they're here somewhere, I need to go through them thoroughly.
Of course, I can fetch them for you, but... Does the Abbot know about all this?
The Abbot knows. He decided that saving Albert comes first. Only then will he decide what to do about Zacharias.
Very well. I trust his judgment. Very well then. Bavor's travel records. They should still be where I left them. And I believe Bavor was mentioned in some old accounts too. I'll try to find those as well. Here they are, Sir Bavor's travel records. And I found those accounts too. They're at your disposal for as long as you need. But best not get your hopes up.
It really says here that he acquired a holy relic. Let's see how it continues. According to the journal, Bavor had himself buried here with his holy treasure. That sounds pretty clear. Let's see what the accounts say. So Bavor gave the monastery a generous donation and paid for a chapel mural painting. And still, despite all the records and mentions, Crispin had his doubts. Why?
Well, did the travel records...
Right then. I've read through them, and to me it seems clear enough, right? Bavor went to the Holy Land, and for his deeds, he received a splinter from Christ's cross.
Holy Mother, I remember now. Such a sacred treasure.
And from what it says, he was buried here in the monastery with it. So I need to find the grave, somehow retrieve the relic, and save Albich. I'll deal with Zacharias after that.
It won't be so easy. When I looked into Bavor's case on my own, I got stuck at that very point, finding where he was laid to rest. I even checked the crypt, but there's no such grave down there.
Oh, damn it. I thought I finally had help for Albich within reach.
I'm sorry too. I'm just as lost now as I was back then. Once I was convinced none of the graves belonged to Bavor, I laid the matter before the Abbot, but not our Father Jan. This was over 20 years ago when Abbot Vitus held office. May the Lord grant him eternal peace. Together we came to the conclusion that Bavor's tale was likely at least partly, perhaps entirely, made up.
Why would it be made up? Surely Sir Boleslav wouldn't lie about something so serious.
The book's one thing, but there's not a single other mention anywhere. The grave's missing, the relic's nowhere to be found. Can you think of another explanation, then?
But why would Bavor do that? What would he gain by deceiving everyone here?
If memory serves, he had some disputes over property. Maybe he wanted to improve his reputation.
Well, that's mentioned in the text. But lies wouldn't have helped him. Quite the opposite, if he'd been found out.
You'd be surprised how short-sighted some folk can be. But I agree, something about it doesn't sit right.
And what about the mural mentioned in the accounts? Does it really exist?
Yes, it's in one of the chapel naves. It depicts several scenes from Bavor's alleged adventures.
Well, then that proves Bavor's story wasn't just made up. Surely the abbot back then wouldn't have approved such a mural in the main church if he hadn't believed it was true.
If the former abbot believed Bavor wasn't a liar, but a real hero of the Holy Land, I'll believe him too.
All the more reason I want to see it for myself.
No harm in trying. At the very least, it's a fine piece of work.
Bavor mentions in his journal that he received a great fortune from the King of Cyprus, and the account records say he gave a generous donation to the monastery. Do you think that was made up too?
They confirm at best that Bavor had wealth, not where it came from. According to the late Abbot Vitus, he might have gained that fortune by plundering or as spoils of war, and the tale of the Holy Land was just a cover to mask the dishonorable origin of his riches.
Well, I've never been to the Holy Land, but I've seen plenty of wrongdoings, even here in Bohemia. And if Bavor really wanted to cover up how he got his coin, he could have built a village, built a fortress, or who knows, bought up a mine. He could have done any number of smarter things than spinning a tale about a heroic journey halfway across the world, don't you think?
I'm no expert in fraud, but yes, he chose a rather complicated cover-up if that's what it was.
The crypt has a hidden side chamber, you know.
Excuse me? What chamber?
It had been walled up. In one part of the crypt, the masonry was loose, so I managed to get inside.
I've never heard of anything like that. Perhaps even Abbot Vitus didn't know of it.
I'd say the abbot would definitely have known about something like that. He just didn't tell you. Maybe on purpose.
Where are you going with this?
I'm not sure. Just thinking out loud, really. The account books mention that Bavor had a sarcophagus made at his own expense.
That's possible. Does it mean anything?
If he paid for it himself, there had to be a reason. Masonry work like that is no small matter, and it's odd, isn't it? He sorted it all out in detail with the monastery to have his tomb here. Then he wasn't even buried here.
You're right. I never made that connection before.
And then there's the relic. If Bavor had just wanted to raise his reputation with a good story, why claim to have gained something so rare?
Perhaps out of vanity? There's no shortage of that among the nobility.
But his tale's already heroic enough without it. Making up a relic would only draw unwanted attention.
That's a good point. It'd be too risky.
Don't you think this whole thing is a bit too complicated? Every explanation for why Bavor would lie seems more convoluted than just acknowledging it's true.
Listening to you now, it's like hearing my younger self. And I sound exactly like Abbot Vitus. His view was that Bavor's story was fiction. He told me I'd be better off letting it go.
What exactly did he say?
That I should stop chasing old crusaders and focus on real, meaningful work.
See? Maybe you were right all along, and the tale wasn't made up at all. If we get to the bottom of this together, maybe we really will find Bavor's grave.
And maybe we'll discover that the relic is real, too.
And then, with the Lord's help, perhaps we'll save Master Albig.
As you say. O Lord, grant us wisdom and courage. But you spoke of that hidden chamber in the crypt. If there's any clue, it'll be in there. Take this and study it closely. It's a drawing of Bavor's family coat of arms I came across years ago. According to this, you'll know if it's truly the grave of Sir Boleslav. Yes, the mural in the chapel, paid for by Bavor himself, also bears his coat of arms.
Zacharias bribed some workers to bring him the relic from the crypt.
Another one of his wicked schemes.
Exactly. Only he gave them the Jerusalem cross sketch instead of Bavor's family crest. No wonder they failed.
At least there's some small comfort that his vile plot fell flat. So study the crest well, and let's hope we fare better.
Thank you, brother. I'm off.
Go on, go. But don't disturb the rest of the dead any more than absolutely necessary, or the Lord's wrath will strike us all and all will turn against us.
What?
What's it like down there?
Look at that. Bavor's crest. This must be it. The start of Bavor's journey. That's probably Venice and Jerusalem. Holy relics hidden in barrels of olives. Just like he wrote in his travel records. And the attack by Mamluk bandits. No doubt Bavor had courage aplenty. The King of Cyprus, Knight Bavor, and his relic. Though that shield looks a bit different than the one in Crispin's sketch. Almost the same. Only on the mural, it's got that inner scutcheon added. They gave a lot of space to Bavor's crest and his elevation. Likely at the knight's own request. And the crest's all in one, with an angel and the relic. That must mean something. Bavor's crest. So it's true. What? That's not Bavor. I need to tell Crispin. Mercy on your soul. So Zacharias doesn't trust me and had me followed. Good to know. Brother Crispin?
Henry, I searched through the archives again to see if I might still find something on Bavor, but so far nothing. And your search in the crypt? Did you dare go down there?
I dared. And more than that, I truly did find Bavor's sarcophagus in the hidden chamber.
By all the saints? And the relic? Was it there?
No. I was hoping, but I don't think it's that simple. There's a sarcophagus with Bavor's crest, but Bavor isn't the one lying in it.
What? You?
I had to know. Judging by the robes, I'd say it's an abbot or some other high-ranking cleric.
Good lord, that's truly strange.
I swear it's true. But now I haven't the faintest idea what to do next. I was kinda hoping you might come up with an explanation. That chamber looked untouched for years.
Explanations do come to mind, but they're purely speculation. It's possible Bavor was never buried here at all. Or perhaps his grave was moved.
What do you mean, not buried here? Everything points to it.
Until we find the body, we can't be certain. The travel records, the accounts, all point to the intent, but not its fulfillment.
There was his coat of arms on the bottom of the sarcophagus.
Yes, which would support my second theory that his remains were moved.
But why would anyone move him? Isn't that against God's will or something?
There are reasons for it. They're internal matters of the monastery. I shouldn't be discussing them with a layman.
Oh, come on, Crispin. We're searching for Bavor together. Surely you can make an exception. Just forget for a moment I'm not a monk like you, and tell me what you know. Please.
Oh, very well. Since you're so insistent, to be laid to rest in the monastery crypt near the altar is the best one can hope for the soul of the departed. Normally such places are reserved for abbots, but this privilege can be granted to others in rare cases.
That would explain why Bavor might be buried there, but not why he isn't.
I'm getting to that. A place of such honor may be given for great deeds, or a truly generous donation. But if the person has been dead for a long time, and has no surviving kin to speak for him, then it's possible the body may be moved, to make way for a deceased abbot, or a potential new benefactor.
I see. And I understand that's not an easy thing for you to speak about.
Thank you. Still, the deceased isn't simply tossed aside. He's respectfully moved to another resting place, just not as prestigious.
Right. But that brings us back to the question. So where could they have moved Bavor to?
Most likely to the consecrated field next to the monastery, or the graveyard by the infirmary church of St. Cosmas and Damian.
Hang on. That consecrated field is enormous. I'll be searching for weeks, and I can't even get in there now. Better to scout the infirmary church first.
God be with you, and best of luck. I'll keep praying for you, and for Master Albig.
I saw that mural of Bavor you spoke of, and I think I noticed something slightly unusual.
Ah, really? What was it?
That Bavor crest. In the mural, it's shown differently from your sketch. Seems to be the elevated version, as mentioned in the travel records, with the inner scutcheon. And on it is the Jerusalem cross. There's also an angel. And Bavor had himself depicted holding the relic. It looked to me like Bavor had the layout made very deliberately.
I must have missed that. Or perhaps I've simply forgotten. But you're right, it does sound rather deliberate.
Indeed. But I still don't know what to make of it.
Bavor clearly put a great deal of thought into his burial. That depiction isn't just a coincidence or some artist's fancy. It was Bavor's intention, and there's certainly a hidden meaning in it.
I'll ponder it on my way to the infirmary graveyard. Right then. Hopefully Bavor lies here, relic and all. God grant that Albic holds on. Boleslav's crest! At last! Let's hope its lord lies somewhere nearby. And the rest. I hope the armor, the crest, the sword. It has to be him. The valiant knight Boleslav Bavor. May his soul rest in peace. Only no sign of the relic. But then again, the mural showed that in his scutcheon in his crest. Forgive me, Master Bavor. You won't be needing it anymore. My God. A crusader's sword that saw the Holy Land. A true honor. Let's see if I understood it right. The saints. Praise be to thee, our almighty Lord, and praise be to thee, merciful Christ, who suffered on the cross for us. Thank you for remembering us sinners in this time of trial, and for letting me find this treasure. Forgive us our trespasses, and spare us from this dreadful plague. Let the righteous triumph, cast down the treacherous, and please save Master Albic's life. Amen.
Halt! We received a report of a suspicious ruckus in the gardens. What happened here? And what are you doing in the graveyard?
Zacharias poisoned Master Albic.
What? But what's going on here?
Zacharias sent me here to steal a holy relic, which he means to trade for Albic's life.
Holy Virgin, stand by us. You'll tell everything to the Abbot. His Grace will decide what happens next. I hate to interrupt, Your Grace, but something's happened that urgently requires your attention.
Did you bring more news from Masters Albic and Zacharias? How fare our sick?
Henry here claims Zacharias deliberately poisoned Albic. He says the Master's life is in danger.
It's not just a claim, it's the plain truth. That bastard did it to get hold of Bavor's relic and Albic's records about King Wenceslas.
By all the saints, as if things weren't bad enough already. Now this.
Master Zacharias has gone stark raving mad.
Crispin, go to the infirmary. Tell Benedict to tend to Master Albic. Immediately. Without him, we cannot overcome the plague. Ludolf, leave us alone. Matters of the crown must be discussed in private.
Your Grace, that's out of the question. Your safety.
That's an order.
As you command. But I'll leave my man outside the door. Just say the word.
Very well. Thank you. Henry, you've made a very serious accusation, and in front of witnesses, no less.
Believe me, Father, I wish I were mistaken. But I saw it with my own eyes.
Very well. I believe you. But first, tell me about the relic. Crispin was just telling me about this mystery of Bavor. Am I right in thinking the two are connected?
Yes. Crispin helped me find and interpret the clues. And in the end, I found it. Along with the true grave of Bavor. Here it is, Father. A splinter of the true cross.
Oh, unbelievable. Incredible. Eternal glory to our Lord. A true sacrament. And perhaps even a sign of hope. But how did Zacharias know about it? Tell me everything from the beginning.
It all began in that crypt beneath the church. Some of the workers were trying to find the tomb of Sir Boleslav Bavor.
They were supposed to fix the collapse. No one gave them permission to enter the crypt.
Zacharias bribed them. He'd heard that Bavor was buried here with a relic from the Holy Land and decided to seize it for King Sigismund. The workers were meant to find Bavor's sarcophagus, but they also opened and looted nearby tombs.
That is sacrilege. That crypt holds the remains of abbots of this monastery.
And in the process, they uncovered coffins containing rotting remains. That's where the illness that spread through the monastery came from.
So the illness, it wasn't plague.
Master Albert kept saying that all along. And so did Zacharias at first.
God forgive me. I was afraid.
Well, that was still only the beginning. Zacharias hid the first two sick workers with Joachim, who he blackmailed into caring for them in secret. He treated them as best he could, but their symptoms worsened. When they died in his care, he panicked and tried to get rid of the bodies.
That fire? Those corpses?
When they were found, Zacharias panicked in turn and sent Dinesh to kill Joachim.
Oh, God in heaven, forgive them their sins.
Well, I tried to stop him, but he stabbed Joachim and then came at me. Luckily, I managed to fight him off. I ran back to the infirmary to warn Albich, but by then, Zacharias had already been poisoning his wine for some time. I don't know what poison it was, but Albich is barely breathing and has no idea what's going on.
And Zacharias?
He actually laughed in my face. He'll only give me the antidote if I bring him two things.
Oh, people hold nothing sacred.
He wants Bavor's relic and Albich's records on King Wenceslas's treatment. The exchange is to take place in the church. Otherwise, Albich likely won't live to see morning. Please, Father Jan. Albich sees you as a friend. Zacharias betrayed him. You can still save him. Will you help me?
From what you've said, I gather you knew about his plans. Why are you telling me all this only now?
You're the one who ordered the curfew. You locked us in the infirmary and had us watched. How was I meant to get to you?
True, but in a matter of utmost urgency.
Well, I doubt the knights would have taken that as an excuse.
You're right. I can't punish you for obeying my own orders. This whole matter is so suspicious. I don't know whom or what to believe.
Your Grace, you were placed at the head of the monastery, above all, for your wisdom. I understand you don't want to make hasty judgments on the basis of unclear evidence. But right now, it's our hesitation to act that harms us most. We've let Zacharias exploit our uncertainty for far too long. Now we must act, Perhaps rashly, but decisively.
The monastery already suffers from the church's internal divisions, the threat of war, the power struggles in the town. But in your words, I hear not only youthful recklessness, but also rare sincerity. Very well then, for once, I shall be rash. I shall entrust you with the relic. But please, take care of it. May it be preserved for our monastery.
Thank you for your trust, Father. I'll do my best to see it return to you.
From this moment, the curfew no longer applies to you. The knights at my door will inform everyone else. And do speak to Sir Ludolf. Perhaps one of his men has gear that'll suit you too.
Thank you again, Father.
You can thank me later. Right now, get moving.